Hi, this is Alan Lee, and this is exercise 3 for OakMerge Import-Export Utility. Starting the manual, and we'll run down to exercise number 3. This is bringing in actual attachments to history. What we do there is you have a source file and a target database as always, and then the source file will have the actual path to the attachment and a description. But what we want to do is really talk about how the mapping's done. The mapping will be using a regarding that uses a constant value, which means that you don't have to have a column in the source file. We're just going to put the word, whatever you type in. They showed here the word attachment. I think I'll use import attachment, a little bit different. And we'll map the description of the attachment, and the path to the attachment is the last couple of columns. Start is the start time, and it's a required field. It's important to link the contact up to the history items. So that's what the top one's showing. We're using the name of the person. There is an optional way to do it using a field called OakMerge ID that you can create that custom field, and that would allow you to link history back to the contact, not using the contact name. You could use a number or maybe the name plus the address, concatenate a few fields together, put that data into a field called OakMerge ID. Then you could use that to link history back to the contact if you need something more unique than the contact name. All right, running through it, at the end we get a execute that says, hey, we added so many and here's what they are, and that's the way hopefully it'll work. So let's run through one live. So we start up OakMerge and we skip the profile page because we're going to manually do the mapping. We'll pick a delimited source, double click here to go find the file. It'll be in the samples folder under the current version of OakMerge, whatever you have. And we're using the one called history attachments, and it brings stuff into several same files, different dates, to Emily Dunn, and then I believe Brittle's house, yeah, Nathan Cutting Brittle's has one too. So we'll see where some of those end up. So there's our source file coming in from a CSV, and then our target file is ACT. The last one you had open is used, and the user's not required if you have only one user in ACT. So we'll go over to history. That's the table we want to update. That's where attachments go. These will not show up in the documents folder. They'll be in the history tab as attachments with a little icon that you can open up. So we'll go into here and say we're going to link to contact using the contact name. We're going to have a history type. Regarding, we're going to use the constant value. We're just going to type something in here. It's not in the spreadsheet or CSV, it's just here. So if we say imported attachment, that's what will show up. Start date and description is going to be the word description. And the last one down at the bottom here was the actual path to the file names, and that's called in our file attachments. So clicking on display only, we can see here's what we mapped. We're linking back to the contact. We have a type regarding a start time, a description, file name. That looks good. We're not matching on anything. So it's just appending the data. This is, we're linking back to the contact. We don't care about the company or the in field, which is a check field. We can run a validate. And we want full logging. Tell me if there's any errors, problems, issues. It says, hey, we brought everything in, no problems. So we do complete run. I'll just say errors and warnings. Don't expect any because I just ran it. So yeah, no errors and warnings, nothing skipped, no problems. Everything was processed. So errors and warnings, we don't have all of them set each one individually. Let's go into ACT and check it out. In the ACT world, I'll hit refresh, bring up Emily Dunn. So there's the 3 attachments, and they're in the database. They've been copied into the database folder, and if I double click one, it opens up that particular file. So that's an Excel spreadsheet. If I go to Brittle's, Nathan Cutting, 4 attachments brought into him, 4 different dates. We didn't specify time, so it takes 12 o'clock, but there's the imported attachment I used. Now you could use like the path, the name, or some other things if you wanted to under regarding. You could also map something to the details area if you wanted to. So those are available, but the primary thing is to get that path right, because then you can double click and it'll open up that particular document. Okay, so things you can open in your Windows, etc. are fair game. So you can do JPEGs, Excel spreadsheets, PDF files, Word docs, files that are normally opened up. Okay, thanks for watching Exercise 3.